Hello everyone. Welcome on in. Oh my gosh, we've got a broken barrier. Hi, I'm Velvet. Thanks for joining me today for a minor panic where our barriers have broken and we might have some escaping animals. Ah! Oh crikey. Quick, I need some emergency mechanics. Ah! Get a barrier. Can I fix it? Can I? Oh boy. Hi, welcome on in. Jeez Louise. That was a way to start the episode, wasn't it? Okay, I know. Ah, there's so much going on. Welcome to the Barnyard Zoo TLC, where all is just normal and calm and fine. But look at all these animals. We've got pigs, we've got chickens, we've got sheep. Cute little barnyard animals. Oh my gosh. Animal has died. Animal has escaped. Fantastic. Alright. Great. And another animal has died. And we've got like little alpacas. We've got all sorts. But we are basically trying to get the zoo sorted for our lovely Tiffany, who's always a firm friend here on the channel. You know, she's always giving us lots of things to do while she's off in Aspen skiing. Thanks, Tiffany. Appreciate it. Look at the little sheep who's having a swim. And look at the alpacas having a swim. Aren't they cute? What are we trying to do? Good question. Now, I don't know what's going on. Panicking. Panic. Oh, there's more animals have escaped. Oh, shoot. Yeah. This is not going well, my friends. This is not going well. Okay, edit the barrier, and then... Okay, animals escape. I know! Everybody's escaped. I don't want to spend 1,000, like, getting all the sheep, but people are going to run around like crazy and I'm going to lose money. All is not going well in the zoo. What we are trying to do at the moment, besides me go crazy, is we're trying to achieve the gold objectives of this. I'm sure these animals will be fine until the vets get them. They're fine. But we have completed our bronze and silver objectives so far. It's gone a bit manic. The next thing that we're working on is our gold objectives. So we've got to have at least 15 different habitat species in the zoo. So we need another 5. We need to have at least 1,700 guests in the zoo. We're currently at 1,500. So if we need to, we'll do some advertising. It's fine. We need to increase our education rating to 3.5 stars. And we need to build a small steam train transport ride that's 1 kilometre long. I'm thinking we might get started on that. I really did not want to spend like 1,000 capturing sheep and chickens, but apparently I'm going to have to because my vets are slack. And another one. Okay. I think I've found all the animals. Alright, we've had some dying animals, which will happen. But right, I think we've found our things. So what if we had our steam train kind of working its way like choo around here and round the edge and kind of round that side. I mean, there's only one way to find out. Every time I've done these builds, I have deleted them not so long later just because I never ever seem to make money from them. But, you know, you never know. This could be the first time for everything. Right. I can't even do the steam train because it hasn't been unlocked. Oh, crud. Okay. Because, you know, I just don't have an unlocked transport rides. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to have to research transport rides, hire a couple more mechanics, and hope for the best. So let's go add those mechanics to our work zone. Everything. And I think I'm going to need a second research center as well. Just add to that cost. It's only 1,000, fortunately, so it's not too bad. And I've got a little area over here where I can do it, so it's fine. Not so bad. Boom, and done. So, while we're waiting for that to happen, what we're going to work on is... Scarlet! You little rascal. Disease animals discovered. Vet. What is going on? Why is everything going wrong? Everything is going wrong today. Oh boy, okay. So I'm thinking I will build my steam train in around this way, around here. So we're going to chugga all the way around here. I'm thinking that if that's the case, then I'm going to get rid of this stuff here. Oops. And that can kind of be my thing going around here. But what if I had this wider? Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to widen this path up. Okay, so we've got a path. This lady's standing here hollering. I'm just going to move her back over this way. She's just standing there hollering because I was changing the path around. Oh no, habitat cleanliness. Oh, Pepper's already urgently assigned. Okay. I'm thinking I might do some more staff training. Just because I feel like that's going to be appropriate. So, right. We've got our plan. So we're going to do choo all the way around here. Which leaves me thinking it's going to go in through here, around through here. And maybe back around. I don't know if it has to curve or... What's going on? So the motto of this particular episode is, what is going on? Why aren't the vets doing their job? Why? What? So that means we can put in an enclosure in through here. Now we need to decide on some animals. So in theory, we can do some pronghorns. So pronghorns need grade 2 fence, 1.25 meters. Alright, so pronghorns, good. Let's do some barriers for them. Right, we have a lovely enclosure here for our pronghorns. I don't know what exactly my vets are up to, but they should be taking care of these animals. I don't know what they're doing. So pronghorns. If we get any other animals that'll work with this, then perfect. I will go a little higher just because I feel like they might be able to jump. Not that high, but you know, maybe a little bit. So we'll do a little run around there, and we'll have our glass. We'll do our zoo work zones, and then this will be, I'm gonna say, actually let's create a new work zone for this. I'm gonna call this work zone the train work zone. So this is our last 5 animals, five habitat species that we need, and they're going to be in our little train zone. So pronghorn number 1, pronghorn number 2, and let's get some stuff. 1 staff at the moment, and they're going to be allocated to the train animals. Yeah. So let's get our stuff in for our lovely little pronghorns. So we need some food. We need some water. We need a bed. Excellent. And we need some enrichment, of which we have quite a bit because we've been doing that research. And since we've got a pronghorn in there, oops, let's just check our terrain. And maybe a little bit more rock and they'll be happy. A little more rock, a little bit of sand. Happy days. Okay, so that should take us up to 11 out of 15. Fantastic. Who shall we get next? Ooh, springboks. I feel like they could go in with the pronghorns. Let's just check in our Zoopedia. Well, it doesn't say exactly, but I'm just going to go with yes. I'm just going to go with yes. Springbok. Okay. Alright, they can go in there. Let's just double check what they need. Okay, springboks need exactly the same things. They'll be fine together. Oh, tickets are underpriced. Excellent. Here we go. Multiple animals are stressed. Okay. Well, what's the problem? What's the problem, really? You bit upset, really? Low welfare. Maybe they need more a keeper in here to give food. I feel like that's probably not helping things. It's not having the food there the way that it should be. Just going to reset some of the enrichments that I can do. I really need to have a clean out of the animals, but anyway, I'm otherwise focused right now. Okay, we're definitely not putting timber wolves in here, so we need 3 more. We're really low on options. I really didn't want to do lemurs and stuff, but I feel like I might need to. Starve him to queue to use a facility. Workshop. I've got like... Oh, do I need another workshop? I might need another workshop. Fair enough. I'll throw another one in there just in case. Ah, yeah, because I'm doing the research stuff for... Lots of research. Lots and lots of research is what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get myself some lemurs. Because I can put like those, we can multi-habitat. We can have We can have multi-lemurs in that habitat. Now, with the lemurs, the reason that I was trying to avoid that is because I have to dig a trench around with lemurs. And it's just kind of irritating, right? But such is life. I will bang on and I will do it. So I want to have my barriers around first before I start digging trenches. Right, I have the enclosure. Look at it. We have an entrance. We've got stuff. All right, so let's get ourselves some lemurs. We've been making money, so I'm happy just getting whatever we need to get. Because we've been making money, which is nice. Just sticking it over. So, ring-tailed lemur. There we go. So, I'm going to add this to... Actually, I haven't added this to a work zone yet. So, let's add this to our train zone. Choo-choo. But, in our train zone, I'm actually going to add in... Hopefully, the animal will be alright for a minute. We're going to add in a keeper hut. And we're going to add in a staff room. Also, some power, because I feel like we might need some. And last of all, water treatment. Because of the water. And yes, that takes care of all of that. So I just need to add that into my current work zones of everything. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Lovely. And then I'm going to throw that into our, I'm going to say left animal zone. Yep. And then our train animal zone. Boom and boom. Okay. So now we've got to add in our bits and pieces into our habitat for our ring-tailed lemur. Keep them happy, because of course. So a ring-tailed lemur would like a feeding platform, a water pipe. Beds and shelter. Really isn't a lot of room, is there? Oh, I'll just work with what we've got. Technically, I probably could make this bigger if I needed to, but it is what it is. And also, our enrichment. Most of which is needed is some climbing. So let's go into our blueprints. And my blueprints, and I've got small climbing frame right here. Brilliant. By brilliant, I mean it's just done. Which makes me happy. But we have got this one random lone floating thing over here. Can I connect the two? Look at that. There we are. I'm going to hope that that is enough climbing space for them. Yes, looks sufficient, so that's great. And terrain is sufficient. Mechanic to not reach habitat. Did I not add that to the everything zone? Whoopsies. Oh yeah, I didn't. I'm notoriously bad at remembering to do that. Okay, so that should be reached by our mechanics. And that, in theory, should take us to 13 out of 15 for our habitat species. I do need to check in on our research and see how that's coming along. Ew, research complete with food shops. Okay, I might finish researching food shops and go back to barriers. Because we were trying to unlock the one-way glass. Ah, who's escaped? I mean, I can't do water all the way around, okay? Climbing is disabled. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do both sides climb proof. Do we? That would help, folks. That would help. If you make the fence completely climb proof, it means the animals won't climb out. Genius. So I am going to have a quick look and check in on our animals and just see what we can do in terms of getting rid of maybe some of the extras. So I'm going to get Yummy. We've got so many goats. Of course, otherwise it's going to go up and down the whole time. When you get lots of animals, and yeah, you kind of get to the point where you have so many animals, and you're trying to go through the list and get rid of some, and it's just like it goes up and down constantly just because you have so many animals. Oh my gosh, so many animals. So many animals. Okay, donkeys are okay. Highland cattle, I think we can probably get rid of. I was going to say a couple of males, but they're juveniles, so maybe we won't. We'll get rid of some of our sheep. For sure. There's a ridiculous amount of sheep. Oh my god, how many sheep are there? Holy moly! There's hundreds of them. It's like they're breeding like sheep or something. Wow. Okay, hopefully I'm not getting rid of too many, but I don't know. Oh, we don't have a male red deer. Okay, well that's a problem. Tiana, the ring-tailed lemur, has escaped. Yep. Matilda, the chicken. Okay, I've just gotten rid of a whole lot of animals, which I'm hoping will calm things down a little bit. We've still got quite a lot, but I feel like that should definitely help reduce the problem. I mean, we've got so many baby chickens, it's ridiculous. You can have up to about 70, but yeah. I feel like that's going to help things along. Right, mechanic research. We are waiting on that, so we've got barrier research. The big thing that we're waiting on with this is our transport rides. So we need to get transport rides up to level 3 before we can do our steam train. But in the meantime, we are waiting on a couple more animals that we need to add to the zoo. One of which is a lemur, so I'm going to chuck that in there. If we get any more lemurs, that would be great. So the other thing that we haven't got is the giant Galapagos tortoise. So let's add in a giant Galapagos tortoise enclosure, which I'm thinking I will add in here. You know, I'm also thinking that at some point I need to add in probably some shops and stuff around this side of the world. Actually, I'm thinking right now I might add in some toilets here. Okay, so we've got some toilets and maybe some drinks. Go pee. Go pee. And maybe some food. Oh, cosmic cow ice cream. Awesome. Here we go. And then we can add in just some seating and stuff. And some rubbish bins. Okay, so it's a little toilet, drink / stop. And then we'll put in our donation boxes. Also, you know what I haven't done for the last 2 animals is add in our education board yet either, so we should definitely do that. Because we've got to work on our education. and get that increased. Facility is without power. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's easy enough. Okay, boom, done. The other thing... I've got to add my tortoise. Just hang on. One thing at a time. Okay, tortoises have been added. Oh, which pig was that? Emily. Emily the pig is inbreeding. We'll give her some lovely contraception. So, for the habitat, we need to have the Galapagos tortoises and make them happy. And we need to add them to our work zones as well. Oh my gosh, there's so much to do! Galapagos giant tortoise. Food. Water. Beds and shelter. Add in some hay. And some enrichment items. Fruit spike tree, herb seed marker, and a sprinkler. Fantastic. So then we can throw that into a work zone. Everything, of course. And then we'll throw that into our train animals. Whoops. Oh, you know what I probably need, actually, now that I think about it, is a couple more keepers added to our train zone. But we've got quite a few, you know, keeper huts and stuff, so it shouldn't be too bad. I was having a thought about what I needed, something that I needed, or shops. Oh, yeah, you know, education boards. Whoa. That was the other thing. Oh, yeah, actually, that was the other thing. Also other thing. Many other things, but this was some of them. I was also thinking like in an area where we could do some education stuff. It's very wiggly wobbly over there. So, you know, let's do a little zone here where we can perhaps have like a little talk zone here. And then maybe... Is there space to put one over here somewhere? Not really. But we can do that and we can put like a little enclosure in behind that but have like a talking point here. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere. And then we can link our seating. Boom, boom. Confirm link. And let's assign animal species. Ring-tailed lemur. Not a bad one. And let's do a November talk. Ooh, maybe December talk. Let's do January maybe. And allow standing guests. Righto, so that's another little education zone, and I was going to do the education boards as well, because another thing that we're working towards is getting our education rating up to 3.0 stars, so I do want to make sure that I keep my education boards happening around the place, and I also probably need to think about doing some of the kids' education stuff as well. I think it'll probably be a good idea at some stage soon just to double check what we've got available to us in the animal trading area as well, because we need some more animals. And it's going to be Galapagos tortoise. There we are. Right, more education boards, and just I see this little spot here, so what I'm going to do is I'll just put like a couple of conservation or education boards there as well, just because they're always good to have around the place. Learn about things, my friends. Conservation, very important. There we go. So, high amounts of litter. Okay. Animals. Sheep's died. Alright. Negative impact on guests. Rubbish. Okay, we'll add in some more caretakers. I mean, we've got quite a few, I think, but apparently we need more. So, how are we getting on with our goals? Let's do a quick check-in. We've got 14 out of 15 habitat species. Yay, hey. Overall welfare to 95%. So we've got a ways to go as far as that goes. We need to increase our education rating to 3.5 stars. We're at 2.4 at the moment. And we've still got to build our small steam train. I don't know that we'll get this all done today. There's still quite a bit to be done. And we haven't even got the research yet for the steam train. So I think we'll probably end up doing all that next time around. But what we can potentially do is get our last animal for this area. Oh, transport rides. We've done level 1. So we've got 2 more levels to go before we get our steam train unlocked. Let's have a look at animal training and see what we've got. Oh, black and white lemur. Yes. That can just go straight in there, and that should get us, as soon as that arrives, our tickaroo for our species. Oh, what? What's the matter with you guys? Just walk. The road's right there. The path's right there, you ding-dongs. So, yay! We've got our 15 out of 15 species. That's amazing. Love that for us. So, next episode, we are going to be working on increasing our animal welfare to 95%. So before I go, I will just double check that I've got some research happening for our animals, actually. Okay, yeah, so we're researching a giant tortoise, and I might do another, like the goat or something. So I feel like helping, that'll help us out with many things, is doing a bit more research. So happiness, we'll be working on that. We'll be working on getting our education rating up to 3.5 stars. And last of all, we will be building a steam train, and let's cross our fingers that we'll be able to get the gold. I want to say a big thank you for watching. I hope you guys have had fun. It's been a bit chaotic today, but hey, we've managed to get some progress made as well at the same time. So, yay! Thank you so much for watching again. I will catch you next time around. And remember, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button below. Thank you. Bye!